Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I'm here with Prajesh again from Chandra Hyundai Coimbatore today, and I'm here with the brand new next generation Hyundai i20 premium hatchback. This here is the top spec Asta optional petrol manual variant, and I'm going to take you through all the details and features of this brand new premium hatchback. First of all, let's start with the exteriors. At the front, the new i20 looks very angular with sharp lines and detailings. This being the top spec variant, you get HID projector headlamps with LED DRLs, and you also get projector fog lamps. The large cascading grille is finished in glossy black, and as you can see, there are i20 logos wherever you can see. Projector fog lamps are standard from the entry-level Magna variant itself, and as you can see, the massive grille looks very well designed and features the new parametric design philosophy seen on other global Hyundai cars. The bonnet is longer and swoops towards the front grille, and also has got a lot of aggressive creases and lines. Moving towards the sides, of course, you can see these very nice looking 16-inch dual-tone alloy wheels exclusive on this Asta optional variant. The ORVMs are sleeker and smoother to look at, probably aiding ergonomics as well. This is how the new i20 Asta optional variant looks like from the side profile. While the car has not grown in terms of overall dimensions, the wheelbase is definitely longer than the previous model. It may not be the sleekest design, but still looks very interesting. The C-pillar obviously gets this mix of glossy black, chrome and body color treatments, and there is also this reasonable sized rear quarter glass. As you can see, there is quite a lot of chrome treatment, including the large door handles, the window lines and the window surround on the C-pillar. A shark fin antenna is available from the sports variant itself, whereas an electric sunroof is exclusive only for the Asta optional top spec variant. Moving towards the rear, of course, you can see a rear windshield wiper washer defogger. However, rear windshield wiper and washer are available only on the Asta and Asta optional variants. The highlight of the rear of the new i20 are these Z-shaped LED tail lamps, which are available only from the sports variant. Both these LED tail lamps are connected by a chrome strip, which is standard from the sports variant itself. However, the Magna variant does not get chrome, which looks slightly better. A rear windshield defogger, however, is standard from the sports variant itself, and as you can see, a reverse parking camera is mounted in the number plate housing lower down. It is also good to note that the reverse parking camera is standard from the sports variant itself. Similar to the glossy black front splitter design element on the front bumper, the rear bumper also gets a glossy black finished diffuser kind of element. So overall, the new Hyundai i20 Asta optional variant looks quite interesting with a mix of a whole lot of design elements and a futuristic design theme. While the exterior design may be quite polarizing, it is the interior and features most people would be interested in. So let's get inside now.
Yes folks, I'm right now inside the new Hyundai i20 Asta optional variant, and this is the first glance of the interior. Well, first of all, it may look like an all black cabin and a bit, well, monotonous to be precise, but still it has got a lot of interesting design elements and really good quality bits as well. Let's start with the steering wheel first. Of course, this here is the exact same steering wheel seen on the Hyundai Creta and the top spec range variants of the Hyundai Venue as well. So it gets a beautiful kind of finish, and you also get standard leather wrapping in contrast stitching as well. So that is quite nice. You get the cruise control functions on the right side along with the controls for the digital instrument cluster, and on the left side you get to see the steering mounted audio controls with voice commands and other volume functions, Bluetooth telephony and all sorts of things like that. The Hyundai i20 additionally is the only other car in this premium hatchback category to provide tilt and telescopic adjustable steering wheel as standard, so that is quite good and very convenient for all kind of people. Now coming to the highlight features, of course, this is the top spec Asta optional variant, so it gets a lot of features, probably the best in class features as well. You get a fully digital instrument cluster as against the semi-digital unit seen on the Tata Altroz. Let me just turn on the ignition first. Of course, this here is the push button start, and well, voila, that is how everything looks like. And of course, apart from the digital instrument cluster, there is also this massive 10.25 inch touchscreen infotainment system, quite similar to the Kia Sonet and the Hyundai Creta as well. So the overall display, the clarity, the layout, the UI itself is very good, and it also includes wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity as well. So that is also really very good. Now coming to other things, of course, you can see that it has got Hyundai's BlueLink connectivity system. You have got Bose speakers as well, and it is really good. I mean, it is probably the best system in its class currently, and it also provides other standard things such as Bluetooth connectivity, voice commands, and so on. It also has the telematic controls on the IRVM. As you can clearly see, it has got SOS, a towing emergency button, and also a Blue Link button over there integrated into this. So that was all about the touchscreen infotainment system. It is going to be really very convenient and one among the advanced systems in its class. Now coming to the digital instrument cluster, this of course is the system already previewed on the facelifted Hyundai Verna, so it looks kind of BMW-ish and provides you with a lot of data. On the right side is the tachometer in analog and digital guise as well, and so is the speedometer on the right side, so it is really very easy to use even while driving at higher speeds. As you can see, it has got a fuel tank gauge over here, and the and the engine temperature gauge is located lower down over here as well. At the center is the display, which you can customize using these buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. Of course, you can change the display to whatever thing you would like to have as your priority. You have got the average mileage, drive info, trip meters, and of course the next thing here is the compass, and of course you have got the range of this car as well on top. So that is quite nice and helpful while driving longer distances. So that was the mute, and that is quite a good system to have and use. This is probably the best system in its class, and even a class higher as far as I can say, because the Hyundai Venue's instrument cluster is definitely not as advanced as this. So that is quite nice again. So this was all about the digital and connectivity things. Now coming lower down, you have got this brand new console for the automatic climate control, which is again really very cool looking, and it has got a few buttons over here, 7 buttons to be precise. All of them are useful, no dummy buttons over here, and this here is the fan control toggle, and on the right side is the temperature control toggle. So it is a very advanced and cool looking console over here, kind of not seen in this class before, so that is quite nice. Coming low down further, you have got this wireless charging pad, typical of modern Hyundai cars. So every Hyundai car provides wireless charging as standard on the top spec variants at least, so that is quite nice. And you have got additionally some old school connectivity such as USB, 2 USB ports, one for the smart charging, one is for the connectivity, and the next one over here at the center is a 12-volt charging socket, so that is quite nice again. This here is the 5-speed manual transmission lever, and apparently this is the 1.2 liter Kappa petrol engine equipped top spec Asta optional variant. So this has got a manual transmission, and it even has got a clutch pedal, as you can clearly see. So that was all. It is a very slick unit as seen on all the cars, including the Grand i10 Nios, the previous i20, the Kia Sonet, the Hyundai Venue, and so on. So that is quite nice. Coming behind that, you get to see 2 cup holders, one of which is occupied by this air purifier, which permanently occupies the space. As you can clearly see, lower variants does not have this air purifier thing, so it is a personal choice. And well, that was all about the whole center console. Now coming to this armrest, this is not say a standard fabric finish armrest. This instead is a proper soft feel, soft touch armrest, and it has even got a sliding function, so that is quite good. This is what the Hyundai Venue misses out, and the Hyundai i20 provides a center armrest which can be adjusted, so that is quite nice. And under this armrest is a decent level of storage space, which as you can clearly see is felt lined. You can even store your wallets or small items easily over here, so that is quite nice. Now talking about the overall fit and finish, the overall quality of this dashboard, as you can see, everything is still hard plastic. Mind you, nothing here is soft touch at all. Even on the doors, the door pads, the places where you would rest your elbows, nothing here is soft touch. Everything is proper hard plastic. However, the overall textures, the fit and finish, as you can clearly see, is really very exceptional. This is probably best in class finish and quality, and it even looks good to a certain extent. However, I would have preferred a dual tone theme for the interior on this soft spec variant, because these say the bars, the lines which connect the AC vents, they flow all around the cabin. As you can clearly see, there are these same lines seen on the speaker housing, the dashboard, the door handles, console as well. So I would have preferred a dual tone theme, at least for metallic finish on the door handles or something. This again looks a bit too black for my liking. and monotonous to be precise. Talking about available features, of course, I already said cruise control is available, digital instrument cluster, 10.25 inch touchscreen system. You also get automatic headlamps. However, no automatic wipers though. That's because automatic wipers basically are, well, just about barely used in India. You also get a day-night switch for the IRVM, no auto-dimming function though, which is quite okay. The good thing, the main fancy thing which people would love is the availability of an electric sunroof. As you can clearly see, this is a tinted sunroof, so it looks blue, and it is going to be really cool to have this feature. And it is of course a one-touch sunroof as well. It is of a decent size, and it is exactly the same size seen on the Kia Sonet, the Hyundai Venue as well, so it is going to be decent and again cool. That's because it is available only on the top spec Asta optional variants, so that is nice. You of course can see the push button start over there, and on the right side you get to see electronic stability program turning off button. That's because this car also gets electronic stability control, hill start assist, and traction control as well, which is exclusive only for the Asta optional. The lower variants do not have this feature. What the Asta optional variant also offers are curtain airbags. As you can clearly see, there is airbag marking on the B pillar, and this variant clearly has 6 airbags covering all passengers of this car, so that is going to be really very safe. This is probably even going to be one among the safest hatchbacks in the market. The current hatchback safety benchmark is the Tata Altroz. I don't know how well will be the i20B, but definitely they are going to provide a lot of safety features, so we can definitely expect a higher score. So that was all. Now let's just have a look at the storage bins. Of course, this here is the medium size glove box, which also gets a cooling function, and the overall finish and quality of the interior itself is really very good. There is also ambient lighting on offer. As you can clearly see, you have got this bluish lighting in the door handles, the door pockets, and in the footwell as well. So this is definitely going to be a cool looking car at night as well, if you include the LED package on the outside. Now coming to the driver door, you of course can see the very same quality feel. You of course get one touch down and up function for the driver window. All the other windows do not have one touch down or up function, but still it is okay because this is a premium hatchback. You of course get the auto fold mirrors, well, of course from the previous generation model as well. Now let's just have a quick look at the door of the driver, and this is how everything looks like. So that was all. Now let me just quickly get to the back seat to check out the overall space, feel and comfort. I have adjusted the driver seat for my height, which is 5'11" for reference. Now let me just go back. Yes folks, I'm right now in the back seat of the new gen Hyundai i20 top spec Asta optional petrol manual variant, and this is how the dashboard from the rear seat looks like. With a lot of features and technology, this is probably going to be a very competitive premium hatchback, and it is going to sell a lot. Now coming to the back seat, of course this is again going to be a really spacious hatchback, because as I already said, I have adjusted the driver seat for my height, which is 5'11" for reference, and of course you also get height adjustable driver seat from the mid-spec variant itself, so that is going to be okay. Now talking about the rear seats, the space is really very decent. It is just about par with all other premium hatchbacks in its category, including the Tata Altroz and the Maruti Suzuki Baleno. The thigh support is okay, it is not the best. As you can see, the seat squab is just about a bit short than necessary. So the overall support is going to be decent, if not exceptional, so that is about fine. Now these rear seats of course get 2 adjustable headrests on the top spec variants. As you can clearly see, they are smooth and easy to operate, and this being the top spec variant, you also get a center armrest, which is perfectly placed in well, at proper ergonomics with the door armrest, so that is quite nice again. However, this armrest does not have any sort of cup holders, which is okay again.
Isofix child seat mounts are available only on the Asta optional variant,
and they are really very easily accessible, that is quite nice again. Now apart from rear armrest, you also get rear AC vents, which are of course available even from the Hyundai Santro, so no question over here, the i20 was always going to get rear AC vents. And just below that you also get a USB smart charging port, which is going to be really very convenient for rear seat passengers as well, and there is also a storage pocket for your smartphone. So that was all. Now coming to the rear doors. Of course, the rear doors are also all black in theme and they look kind of monotonous. Well, and they don't even have sort of soft padding on the door armrest. So it could have been better if they have provided dual tone theme or even a soft padding material, but still it is okay. That's because you get full 1 liter bottle holders on all doors. And of course, let me just show you the Bose badging on the speaker. Well, this here is the Bose badging on the speakers. That's because this Hyundai i20 Asta optional variant gets Bose speakers as standard along with a subwoofer, so the audio quality is going to be mind-blowing. I can't wait to have a look at the audio system and feel the audio quality. So let's just hope to test that when I get to actually drive this car. So that was all about the back seats of this Hyundai i20. Let me just check out the boot space.
Yes folks, opening the boot of the new generation i20 Asta optional variant, let's take a quick look at the chrome strip which connects the tail lamps. I personally do not prefer this chrome strip. Well, talking about the boot space, this here is the 311 liter boot space of the new i20, which is definitely not segment best. However, it is quite capacious and very well shaped. On the left side you clearly get to see the Bose branded subwoofer which is well integrated, and on the right side you get to see a bag hook along with the boot lamp. Opening the boot floor, of course this being a top spec variant, you get to see 15-inch steel spare wheel as against to the 16-inch alloy wheels available as standard. Another thing to be noted is that even though being an Asta optional top spec variant, you do not get 60/40 split folding rear seats. So that was all about the boot space of the new generation Hyundai i20 Asta optional variant. Let's quickly sum up the review as we talk about the pricing. So that was all about the Asta optional top spec variant of the new third generation Hyundai i20 premium hatchback. This is definitely a well engineered, well thought out premium hatchback which is exceptionally feature loaded, reasonably spacious, and is also available with 3 engine options and 5 transmission options. However, on the flip side, the prices are slightly on the expensive side and the interiors, despite being good in terms of quality, still looks quite dull. The sure thing, however, is that this premium hatchback is going to sell a lot. So do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this brand new third generation Hyundai i20. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.